Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Psych Mom Show. Before I get to my topic of today, oral sex, which I predict is going to be a hit and very well listened to, then I would like you to subscribe because you want me to keep pumping out this great content that I do all the time. So you get to hear all my bonus episodes, you've heard this if you've been listening: maintenance, sex, sibling rivalry, what women think about guys who don't work out, and 14 others that I never remember. But you get access to all of that stuff if you just click on subscribe. And if you also join my secret Facebook group, you can join. There's over 50 of us in there now talking about interesting topics all the time and away from the prying eyes of your friends and family. So today we're going to jump into this topic because I have realized that many of the miscommunications around oral sex in my couples clients and when individual clients talk to me about their travails with oral sex within their relationship, a lot of these come because men don't ever tell women what they want. You may think you're the man that does. You're probably not. And I also do want to say that I'm not going to talk about oral sex on women in this episode. I will save that for a subscription episode that I will do in the next few episodes. So if you didn't have enough of a reason to subscribe, I will be doing a paid episode on oral sex for women, which is not the same thing as oral sex for men, not even at all, not the same even genre of activity in any emotional or physical sense. So when men complain about not getting oral sex from their wives, I'm going to start this as though women are Martians, because the amount of crazy misinformation that I've heard about oral sex, would make you think that women are from another planet. Now, I'm a woman. I love women. I'm not saying anything to insult any women. What I'm saying is that men do not tell women what they want, and women don't look up how to give a man a blowjob the same way as men don't look up how to write a woman a really romantic anniversary card, right? So for all the guys who are like, whoa, why isn't she researching oral sex on men? Because I research oral sex on women. Yeah, do you also research how to give a romantic toast at your anniversary dinner? I mean, if you do, then you just Jesus Christ himself and you walk on water, but most people really do not research stuff that doesn't even occur to them, to research. So that's why women don't look this stuff up. And that's where I come in. So all right, let's go baseline. What are some of the crazy things I've heard women think about oral sex? One, that it might hurt them, that it is supposed to be some extremely difficult, onerous endeavor that would be related to lots of mouth problems. And the people say I have a small mouth. I have, I don't even know what, carpal tunnel of the tongue. I don't know what, but they think it's going to hurt a lot. Misinformation doesn't hurt. Also, women think that a blowjob is any time that your mouth touches a penis. There was a funny scene in Philip Roth's Portnoy's Complaint about this, and half century later, there is still the same misconception that even if you just put your mouth around it, then you gave a blowjob. No, you didn't. Then there's this idea that a blowjob is only for very special occasions. I knew somebody whose wife only did it by candlelight for his birthday. That is also not what it's intended for in any way. Then there is the fact that it is in some way, I've even heard, harmful to swallow. Wrong again. There are digestive enzymes in our stomachs. And also that the most important one here is that this is something that men want only as a special cherry on top thing, and it is right also before intercourse. So never to completion. That's some crazy porno shit. And basically what it is maybe giving a blowjob could happen maybe every few months, but it would always be foreplay. So you do it for 5 minutes and then you have intercourse. So a lot of women think the idea of a blowjob to completion is just some crazy porn stuff that nobody really does. And if you're a woman that understands all of the above is not true and not real, then pat yourself on the back and tell your husband that, you know, he's lucky to have you. But if you have thought any of these things, you are not alone, because this is stuff that I hear from extremely educated, smart, insightful women that just don't know anything about oral sex, and I'll get to why they don't. But none of that stuff is accurate. Oh, and also the idea that a blowjob to completion is means that you take your mouth off it at the end. That's also not to completion. That's not what the guy means. He could be like okay with that versus a different thing called you not giving him a blowjob, but that isn't what men mean by completion. They mean that they finish in your mouth. That's what a blowjob to completion is. And then you either spit it out if that's, again, not preferred, or you swallow it. And some guys do want to see it or whatever, but most guys would like to finish in your mouth. That's called to completion. So if you did not know any of the above, then again, consider yourself in good company among many smart women that don't know it. Now, let's get to why they don't know it. Because of the same thing I'm saying all the time. Guys have this scarcity idea that there's so little sex on offer that they have to say yes to like shitty sex. And I've talked about this in other episodes, that you should stop doing this, you know, because it was the episode about what should you do if you're offered unenthusiastic sex. So it's the same thing, but a blowjob. So many guys want a blowjob so bad. Oh, another myth. Another myth is that like only some guys want blowjobs, right? Every woman thinks this, by the way. Like, I have like male clients who say, oh, women know that guys want blowjobs all the time. No, they don't. That's you not empathizing. That's like how surprised you would be to know that a woman thinks you should bring her flowers home every day from work. You would think, why would I bring home flowers every day? What a waste of time and money. Like, who would even want that? That's how she thinks about the blowjob. The same ways you think about flowers, special occasion. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Why do women not know anything about blowjobs? Because men are so scared that the woman's going to stop even touching their penis at all that they don't clear up any of these myths. So the woman goes down there. She uses her mouth only. Oh, let me clear that one up. I'll just do these as I think of them. Clear up these myths. Don't only use your mouth, right? Because that's going to hurt. That's why you think this is such an onerous task, like Sisyphus, you know? Because you're not only supposed to use your mouth. You're supposed to use mostly your hand with spit. That's how you're supposed to do that. And then you use your mouth on the top, on the head. That's a blowjob. That's the best. If you want to go all deep throat crazy, that is genuine porno shit. So if you want to do that, if you want to do some deep throat stuff, that's cool. But that's not necessary. And if you think that that is what is required and that's why you're not doing it, welcome to heaven. You never have to worry about it again, because that is not required in any sense of what it is in any way to give a blowjob. Right? So if you use mostly your hand, then you don't get as tired. So that's magic. But anyhow, so what women think is something like, okay, I'm going to go down on him. Even like the phraseology could be misleading. So they go down there with their head. They put it in their mouth. They move their head around a little bit. They try not to, taste anything or think or touch anything because they're so disgusted, which we could get into too. Why is this so disgusting? You've changed diapers. I mean, things, you've done other things. So why is this one so disgusting? Probably just because you tell yourself it's disgusting. But anyway, and the guy thinks, okay, don't fuck it up. Don't say anything. This is literally the worst blowjob I've ever received in my whole life, but don't say anything. Don't ruin it. It's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. No, it isn't. And every single time that you let this shit go on, it's the same as a woman faking an orgasm. I tell women all the time, don't fake an orgasm, because he never gets better. He never learns how to actually give you an orgasm. Same thing. Stop expecting a woman to understand how to give you a better blowjob when you've never told her. And then when she takes her head off of it after 5 minutes, during which you're no closer to having an orgasm than you were before, you're probably further away, she says, how was it? You say, oh, it was wonderful, honey. It was great. No, it wasn't, you liar, right? And this is why it's your fault that you keep getting bad blowjobs. Because for all you know, you could say to her, actually, this is how you do it. This is what I like. Women actually ask their husbands, is this what you like? Am I doing this right? Because it's terrible. Like they can see and hear and feel. They're not stupid. But he says, oh yeah, that's fine. No, it's not fine. So therefore, they never learn how to do it better. So they never have a mastery experience of you thinking it's awesome. And therefore, nothing ever improves and this doesn't become part of your sex life because she feels awkward and you feel kind of hopeless and weird. And the whole thing goes to shit, right? So men do not instruct women in what a blowjob actually is because they're terrified to never get one again. Yet they're not being real with themselves that what they're getting is really not better than no blowjob. And this is a lot of men in this situation that I hear about. So to recap, women have no idea what they're supposed to do with a blowjob. They don't watch porn. Even if they do watch porn, if you get the wrong porno, you're going to think that he's supposed to be deep-throating you while your head is hanging off the bed. You're just going to turn that shit off and go under the covers and shake. It's so terrifying, right? That actually would hurt. You don't need to be doing that, though. There's no reason to be doing that when you could just be giving a regular, positive, good blowjob that your husband instructs you how to do. But if he doesn't, then you have no information to do it. So again, if you are a man, what you want to take away from this is you have to direct her and instruct her on how to give a blowjob. Otherwise, you're the reason you're getting a bad blowjob. You and only you are the reason. And if she says to you, well, why didn't you tell me this 15 years ago? You say, because I'm terrified. Because I'm really terrified to do anything wrong. I love you so much. I don't want you to get disillusioned. So it's really my bad and it's all on me. I'm stupid. That's why. That is why. Because I'm stupid, because I was scared. And so, if you're married, that women, the most wonderful aphrodisiac is to hear you fall on your sword and say how stupid you are. So already she will be back in the mood, probably even more intensely in the mood than before. So this is what you have to learn from this. Women, if you're listening, hopefully I have gotten rid of many myths. The one thing to remember, a blowjob is supposed to be to completion. You're allowed to use your hand. Oh, and another, these just occur to me as I talk, which is why it would be so useful for me to write notes, but I can't do that because if I did that, all of these would take about 5 times as long and I wouldn't want to do it anymore. So I'm just going to do it as I think of it. So if you, by the way, if you want to give a blowjob and you don't want it to last forever and ever, how about foreplay? So women need foreplay. Men also need foreplay. If you are having sex or you are touching or you are manually stimulating your husband or anything before the blowjob, then guess what the blowjob's going to be? Shorter, right? Because he's already turned on. So you don't also have to have oral sex only before sex. You could have sex and then stop and give oral sex. And this could be obviously both ways. I am not talking about oral sex for women right now because that's a paid only episode that's going to come up. But women never do this. I don't know. Or not they never. Listen, there's plenty of women who are great in bed and do all sorts of shit. But if you're listening to this episode and any of this resonates with you, then you are, the one who needs some of this information. I'm sure there's plenty of people who could school me in blowjobs too. But everything's along a spectrum. But once you get up to, a certain level of knowledge, you become much more confident. So that is what I'm trying to give you here, is if understanding that your husband's inability to communicate what he really wanted because he's terrified that you stop doing what you're already doing has hampered your sex life to the point that it was really not a positive experience necessarily for either of you. Plus, he's always lying to preserve your feelings, right? Because think about it. This is so funny if you think about it. Because your husband, I'm sure, has watched porn in his life, and then at some point, like an idiot, like all of us do, you say, but that's not what you really want, right? Like those girls, that's not what you really want. You could have said this stuff in your 20s, whatever. And whatever guy you were with, he knows what side his bread is buttered on. So he says, oh no, of course that's not what I really want. That's just porn. What I really want is you. So guess what that idiot did, right? He didn't know. He thought he was saying, I don't necessarily need a girl with J-cup boobs who weighs 3 pounds and has bleach blonde hair, right? That's what he thought he was answering. But what the woman hears is, oh, I don't need to do that porn star sex, which includes oral. Cool. He loves me for me. So he threw the baby out with the bathwater there, right? And so many women, they have no idea. And the man reassured them in many ways that made them have even less of an idea about how important oral sex is. And by the way, if you want the emotional reasons for why oral sex is important, I linked to that in my description. I've written about that. But it's like one of the only times that the guy really gets to get taken care of in bed. Most of the time he's doing his thing. He's trying to make the woman happy. He's trying to give her an orgasm. He's trying to, have sex with her that is fulfilling to her and that will make her want to do it again. And so this is the only time that he really gets to feel like he's getting taken care of. And also it's very erotic. There could be a power differential, way less than women think. Way fewer guys want to use their penis as a punishment, for a woman. Like this is most people are not doing any crazy BDSM shit. Even if they are, it's within the context of a loving relationship. So some women are like, well, I'm a good feminist, so I don't want to get on my knees and do whatever. First of all, you don't even have to be on your knees, just pragmatically. And second of all, this has nothing to do with anything. Many guys just like to be taken care of, which is the exact opposite of dominating. I really know so few men who feel dominant in their married sex lives. I think that's about the last adjective they would choose. It would be after hopeless, zero agency, completely hamstrung by anything she wants to do ever. There's not many guys who are really wanting to degrade their wives via the twice a year oral sex that they get. So we could just take that one out and put that into the bucket of mythology. So anyway, so yes, to sum up, there are many emotional reasons. Physically, it also feels better. For many men, especially as men get older, they have less, ability to just come readily. So it's more stimulation, which they like more. And when you say it's not more stimulation because he never comes from oral sex, even though I'm trying. If you're trying and he never comes from oral sex, I'm telling you it's the hand thing. That's the easiest fix. Because if you're not using the hand, there's not enough stimulation. Then, he needs to use some other thing. Also, a lot of guys are jerking off. Even though I tell you not to jerk off within marriage, there's plenty of women who don't want me to say that because then they're going to have to give more sex. So if your husband with his hand is jerking off, which is stronger than your hand, all the time, it's amazing he could come from sex at all if you think about it. And it's certainly not going to be from your mouth, which is not super strong. So that is the practical reason to use your hand during a blowjob. If you want to hear more about why I think masturbation is not good within married sex, then if you're trying to work on your sex life, and if your sex life isn't so great, then I have a podcast about that too. But if any of the things that I have said about oral sex resonate with you, share this podcast with your partner. So many people do not understand what this is. They don't understand that the man wants oral sex as a part of the regular sex life. So many men go down on their wife before every encounter because that's the only way she has an orgasm. But because he can still come from sex, she thinks that he does not need oral sex. So this is unfair, because if he likes it, then just because he can come from regular sex, then he doesn't. And this goes along with the idea that women think that sex is all about the orgasm for the man. So if he allows her to think that by just basically doing anything, having the most boring routine sex after he's gone down on her for an hour, then for his own orgasm, then he's going along with this idea and he is reiterating it and amplifying it in her mind that yes, it really is just all about that 2 seconds of his orgasm. And it isn't. It isn't. That isn't what any man wants, but they don't feel like they can say that. They don't have the words to say it. So here I am speaking for those who cannot speak for themselves and really articulating it in a way that will probably resonate a lot more because I'm speaking directly to the experiences of so many people that I work with. So I know what comes up for many people. So anyhow, it is not all about the man's orgasm. Men want oral sex regularly. They want oral sex to completion. All the guys that say they don't care if they finish in your mouth are lying. honestly, just assume that they're lying. Maybe 1% of them aren't lying. But the ones that aren't lying, what they mean is, if it's between no blowjob and a blowjob where I don't finish in her mouth, then of course I will take any blowjob. I could finish, into a bed of hot fiery nails, like whatever, as long as I get a blowjob first. But so I like to be very practical. You're supposed to do this frequently. If your husband wants frequent oral sex, it doesn't make him a weirdo. It just makes him a guy. And he's saying it more, possibly because than he ever did. Because some people are like, oh, why does my husband want oral sex all of a sudden? I'm like, I don't know. Did he have some come to Jesus moment where he decided to be honest? Because he probably always wanted oral sex forever. And or he got older so he can't come as readily from intercourse. So he wants oral sex, but he always wanted oral sex. He just didn't say it. So it should be a normal part of your sex life. I heard somebody at some point asked if it made you sick or something to swallow cum. No, it doesn't kill you. Otherwise, many women would be dead. Nobody dies from it. If you think it's disgusting, as I say, you got to be good giving game. You got to try some shit. Why is it so disgusting? It's in your head that it's disgusting. That's why you think it's disgusting. Could you imagine if your husband was going down on you and he stopped and he said, ew, I can't stand the taste, and he spit it out? Spit? That's divorce court for most women, but yet they'll do it to the guy. So it kind of doesn't make any sense. And it shouldn't hurt. If it hurts, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it for wrong and too long and or. So if it's too long, there should be some foreplay before. And if it's wrong, you're not using the hand, or you're thinking that everybody's supposed to deep throat. Everybody's not supposed to deep throat. That is not a reality. And that, if you are a man, if you're one of the very few men who's insisting on that, well, then you deserve not to get any blowjobs, because that actually hurts, and it could really stop her from ever wanting to engage with you if she's in active pain. You don't want that, right? It's just like guys who want anal. If you want anal, you got to make anal pleasurable. That takes time, lube, all of these things. If you make it unpleasurable, guess who's not going to do it? Your wife, because she has a brain, so she's not going to do something that hurts her. So if there are any more fallacies and myths about oral sex that you would like me to clear up, I can do so. Can't think of any more off the top of my head. Head. But you can certainly let me know via email, and you can request any other topic. I am going to talk in a paid episode that you should subscribe to hear about oral sex for women. Now, as a spoiler, there is barely any overlap between these two topics, because women do not think about oral sex on them the same way as men think about oral sex. So that's just your spoiler alert on that one. And hopefully you all got a lot of new information, or at least one little tidbit of information that was new out of this, even if it's just holy shit, some women think that you're only supposed to give 2 blowjobs a year, and some women think that blowjobs are just out of porn. Yes, they do. And if you can remember a time as a man who's saying, oh my God, wow, how could women think that? Do you remember a time of ever saying to your wife, when you're dating, I expect oral sex to continue as part of our marital sex? That is not a thing to me that should go away. And or when you saw it was going away, did you ever say, I'm deeply unhappy with this for these reasons, and I would really like to work on this. It's super important. Let's go to a sex therapist. Fuck no, you didn't. Or maybe you're the 1% of men who did. So good job. But everybody else didn't, because, you don't want to be a dick. You don't want to be some rapist. That's, men are always scared of being too aggressive. You don't want to talk about it too much. You don't want her to never do it, or somehow to decide never ever to do any sexual thing again ever, which men fear, even though they shouldn't, because you should not stay in a marriage where nobody's doing any sexual thing with you ever. Anyhow, so cool. All done. Got a lot of info packed into that, and I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.